Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. So today I'm here in the town of Rochdale. It's the town hall there in the background. I'm going to be talking about the Rochdale Ripper and his victims. There's only one that I can really go into detail of, and there's a lady called Eileen Jawczak, but I'm going to be visiting 3 or 4 different sites around the town. I can start by saying back in the summer of year 2000, Rochdale endured a series of violent attacks against women. I mean, really bad. So let's go over to the first location. Just before we get to the first location, I have to quickly add that some of the information I'm going to be talking about could be wrong. There's quite a bit of contradicting stories about each incident, especially the first and the last. But yeah, I'll see what you think. What I'm saying here is what I believe to have happened, what's most likely to have happened. So the first attack was on 28th of June, somewhere along the canal towpath. I mean, pretty much all of the Rochdale Canal through Rochdale is dodgy at night. Actually, just any time during the day. Especially over that way there, which is closer to where the Ripper lived. I mean, quite a secluded spot under there. Go down and up some steps, and then you're on the other side of Oldham Road. That's Oldham Road just there. The centre of Rochdale's that way. So he attacked, raped, robbed and beat a woman. Again, pretty badly. There aren't too many details on it of what he exactly did, but I think you can imagine. To me, if it was anywhere, it'd be either in there or on the other side, where there's usually quite a few dodgy characters around. Let's see if I can show you quickly, give you an idea of what it's like along here. I mean, it looks really nice, yeah? And it is. You just get idiots along it. Just gets over there and I bring you back. I might have to abandon this bit of video here in a minute. Might be someone around there. It stinks here as well, piss. So again, that's Oldham Road, and apparently further along the canal that way is where the Ripper lived. I don't know exactly, but that's the way. 2 months later, on the 17th of August, he attacked a grandmother in a subway, just like this one. Indecently assaulted her and then stole her handbag. It'd be quite a secluded area, that. So less than a month later, on the 2nd of September, he murdered and robbed pensioner Eileen Jawczak in an alleyway just 50 yards from her home in Rochdale. Eileen was leaving a local pub, the Weaver's Arms it was called at the time. Now it's a school, this building here. After spending the evening with friends, usually she'd walk home with her friends as they lived close by, but they had to stay behind, so she decided to leave alone. She only lived around the corner on Kensington Street, literally yards away from the pub, but didn't make it home. That's Kensington Street. When she didn't arrive home, her husband John told everyone she was missing. When she was found in the alleyway, her injuries were some of the worst ever seen by detectives. She'd been beaten, slashed with a knife, stamped on her face, smashed her jaw, strangled her, ripped off her underwear and raped her, and then robbed her. What he did with the knife was take nicks out of her face, near her eyes. So, quick, do this. So, down there's the pub. Walking along here, that's the alleyway. It goes right the way down between Kensington Street and the other street there. There's an alleyway here, and there's another one halfway down. This was dragged in one of those and attacked. So we're at Rochdale Cemetery now, and we're going to be trying to find the grave of Eileen Jawczak. No idea where she is. I'm thinking she's down that way, but could be wrong, could be up there or over there or that way. I don't know, we'll find her. Right, so I found her. She's down one of these. So this is on the new section right at the back of Rochdale Cemetery. Sort of over there you've got a high school, so if anyone knows the area, that's where it is. So I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. Eileen Mary Jawczak. So let's see. In loving memory of a dear wife and mother, Eileen Mary Jawczak, née Hamer, died tragically on 2nd of September 2000, aged 65. A sorrow too deep for words. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't understand any of that part. So, just days later, after murdering Eileen, on the 16th of September, he found his fourth victim. He subjected a teenage girl to a terrifying attack in an alleyway. Somewhere along here, this is Barron Street, it's just not far from the centre. What he did was He raped this girl twice, beat her and slashed her on the back and face again with a knife, and then stealing her money and jewellery. This 19-year-old girl was then left for dead. I mean, again, it's quite secluded round here, especially up this bit. I mean, this matter looks a little bit different back then. I mean, it was 25 years ago, but it's like a small industrial estate. Some houses back over there, but it's just all alleyways. Parts of it not very lit at night. Factories. Right, so initially police didn't link the 4 attacks together at all. There were several clues that could help, but they had no suspect. So all the clues, if they had the suspect, they could really use them. The offences were quite unusual, with them all being different ages. So you've got teenager and pensioner. I think usually maybe stick to the one type, but there's just anybody is what he attacked. All different aged victims. There were similarities between them all though. Some. So police had to try and manage people's fear. The women of Rochdale were scared and wondering when and where the Ripper would strike next. Right, so the breakthrough came when a forensic scientist found similarities between the attacks. DNA checks matched the local criminal Michael Hardacre, who had previous convictions for street robberies and burglaries. Later on, a handprint and a footprint were found in the blood of the previous rape victims, both matching those of Michael Hardacre, leading to his conviction. Michael Hardacre denied all charges while watching his victims cry as they relived their horror in court. Despite the overwhelming evidence that was found at each attack, he denied his crimes. The court heard that Hardacre from Newbold, Rochdale, left evidence at the scene of his atrocities. At the crime scenes, he left behind semen, handprints, shoe prints, and fibres that linked him to all cases. What eventually linked him to Eileen's murder was the cuts near Eileen's eyes. In the Canal Towpath rape, the first one, and the Barron Street rape, he said to the victims, "Don't look at me, or I'll cut your fucking eyes out." So in September 2001, he was jailed for life for the murder of Eileen Jawczak. He also received sentences totaling 146 years for rape, robbery, grievous bodily harm, and indecent assault. The judge, Mr. Justice Sachs, said, "You have subjected wholly innocent and defenceless women to abuse and violence on a scale which is totally intolerable to decent people. This is the most horrific story this court has heard." He also told the 24-year-old Hardacre he had demonstrated a new level of depravity. Right, so that's it for today's video. Please leave any comments about the Rochdale Ripper, any thoughts you have about that case, any of the cases. Before I do go though, he did actually try and get out on parole, was it? In 2022. Tried to get released early, but they just said no straight away because they still see him as a threat to the public. It's just not safe to be around. He also tried to get into an open prison, so they got rid of that straight away as well. Right, thanks for watching. Like the video, comment anything you want about it, and if you haven't already, press subscribe. Right, see you next one. Bye.